Hi everyone, welcome to Divorce Like a Boss. When Blake Lively received that backlash about the movie It Ends With Us, it reminded me to make a video about abuse, domestic violence. I know she is blamed for glorifying abuse. However, stepping back, how do I actually recognize abuse? First of all, without justifying any behavior, I think the person who is abusing has unresolved issues, traumas that they haven't dealt with. And the person who accepts abuse most likely doesn't even notice it or notices it, but it's so familiar because the way they were raised or their self-esteem or both. What I will say that if someone is abusing or gaslighting or making these comments, it eats up self-esteem by another person. So first, the cycle goes like this. The abuser doesn't use the tactic of abuse right away. So the abuser first is doing the love bombing. And so the victim is completely in love and falling for it. And I will give you real-life examples that I have been through. And they're very subtle. And they sink in slowly and they eat up your soul, your confidence, your ability to thrive. And why is the abuser doing it? Because they want to control you. They want to feel that they got you. And they can tell you what to do, where to go. So first of all, abuser will say, let's go to this restaurant. And you say, I don't want to go to this restaurant. And then you would argue for a while. And after a while, you just feel, it's easier to give in than to explain why not. And it's not just about the restaurant. It's about vacations. It's about holiday planning where you don't feel you have the energy to put against the person who you love, and you just feel like, okay, well, if I love them, I will go to their parents' event that you don't want to see, to their family meetings that you rather stay at home and watch TV, to the restaurants they want to go, to vacations they want to go. And eventually you lose your own identity and you don't have friends. So this is an extreme example. I would say that happens usually after some years of being in a relationship. So at the beginning, it's very subtle. The abuser will comment on your looks. Oh, your hair looks flat. Like your friend Emily here, she has this hair that looks puppy and fresh, and your hair looks, and by the way, your nails are shining so much. I don't think it looks great because, I remember my grandma always used to wear matte and those little things, right? And then you cooked a beautiful meal for the whole circle of friends and everyone is sitting and enjoying, and your significant other is like, something is missing. I don't know what it is. It feels raw. And they start criticizing in front of everyone. Or they comment on in front of everyone. They start correcting your English, German, whatever language you speak, if it's not your native language. Well, it's actually this, right? And then they embarrass you so that they feel more powerful, more put together at your expense. Or they give you backhanded compliment. A backhanded compliment that I received is, oh, wow, you look amazing. This color, this popping color looks great on you. Oh, well, first time you're not wearing black. And it's like, okay. Why is it important? Because what happens is it's usually narcissistic type of codependent relationship. It happens slowly. And I call these people soul suckers or dushegub in Russian, which means they basically suck your life out of you. Where you just like, I felt like when I was dating someone like that, after each meeting, I was like, I had no energy. I was just sitting and I was just processing. It's like, and why am I doing this? And so eventually, by removing yourself from this, working with a therapist will help to stabilize, to gain self-respect, confidence, hope in better relationships. And if someone didn't do the work, they will just date the same type of person with a different name tag. And that's becoming my clients, because if they didn't do the work, they end up having children together, they end up spending lots of money in custody battles, and the cycle of abuse escalates. So it starts with these little simple examples that I'm not sure that it will qualify to file a restraining order. It's just, bad manipulative tactic and relationship. But then it becomes eventually tougher and tougher and tougher to see and to set boundaries and to separate and just live a happy life. So I would say the person you choose to marry, to live with, is one of the most important decisions in life. Like choosing where you live, choosing the profession, and I would say choosing a person is number one, because they affect every single aspect in your life. They will affect how you feel, they will affect... It's impossible to separate. If we're living in the same environment, it's impossible, if someone is eating up the confidence, to go out in the world and be majestic and, take over the world. It's much harder. It's like an airplane that is about to take off, and then you have invisible power pulling you back.
You could stop her somehow.
I felt there was the parents' dynamic, the childhood, the friends that I felt were like parasiting out of me. And so by removing slowly all these things, and friends, frankly, same thing. When I told one of my really good friend that I'm planning to write a book, I can tell the jealousy, they laughed for a minute and a half nonstop. I couldn't even stop them, and they were not the type of laugh of happiness. I was like, ha ha ha, you. And so I could see the jealousy. And so those kind of reactions could be also from your partner. I would not agree more by saying, run. I don't believe in trying to change people and working. No, this is like a cancer for success. This might come a little forceful, but this is my experience, my personal conclusions that I made, and I don't regret it. In fact, my quality of life became 10x in terms of how I feel, how my success looks like for me, what I'm accomplishing, how much I can help other people. I cannot help other people if I don't feel like I can help myself, you know what I mean? So this video is not technically lawyer legal advice, domestic violence. This is like my warning to you. If you feel like you're in this type of relationship, then the first advice before you run, if you can't, for whatever reason, like everyone says, the victim, don't leave abusers. My suggestion is to do therapy and then untangle slowly. If you can, I would suggest run. But yeah, I know it's not easy. I hope that was helpful. Like, subscribe. I will see you in my next consultation. Bye.